Hello, mother-in-law. About the new house me and Arturo have moved into recently, could you do something about the huge box of stuff you just sent us suddenly? What is this stuff anyways? Sure, the room isn't being used for now, but we plan to use it when we have a child. What? Do you mean the stuff I sent you the day before yesterday? Oh, I asked my son if we could temporarily store it there, and he said yes, since you guys weren't planning on using it soon. Yeah, it's taking up a huge part of the room that I intend to use for something else. I know we're planning on making it our child's room in the future, but there's something else I want to use it for in the meantime. Oh, is that so? What are you going to be using it for? But Alejandro told me it was all right because you weren't going to be using the room, which is why I sent it to him. Huh? It's none of your business what I intend on using the room for. And besides, it doesn't matter whether Arturo gave you permission because I never gave you permission. I'm the wife of this house, you know. Do you think you can just do stuff without telling me? I see. I guess it was wrong of me not to tell you anything about it, but Arturo said that he had already told you. If that's the case, then sorry, but could you hold on to it for just 1 week? I'll find a rental warehouse to keep the stuff in. No! Take it out of our house right now! I'm not going to make our house your personal warehouse for the week. What? Right now? I'm sorry, but right now is impossible. I'm going to be using the room starting this afternoon. And I'm going to have a big problem if you don't move it out by then. Take it out now or else I'll tell Arturo. But Alejandro himself said it was all right for me to keep the stuff there temporarily. Besides, you tell me to come and take the stuff right now, but I'm currently in Rome. What? Rome? What the hell are you doing in Rome? There's something I need to do here before I return. Even if I were to come and get it now, it would already be evening when I arrived. Oh, I get it. You're on some sort of vacation to celebrate your retirement last week, right? And what do you mean, there's something you need to do, LOL? Aren't you just an unemployed housewife who just lays around all day? No, not really. I'm a graphic designer, you see. Huh? What in the world is a graphic designer? Is that a fancy word for someone who plays video games on their computer? I always was never able to understand all this gadget stuff. Anyways, I got off topic. You won't be able to get it by today, right? Yes, I'm afraid so. Could you please just wait until I return next week? No, I can't wait until next week. I told you I would be using the room from this afternoon, right? My parents... nothing. Fine. If you won't come immediately, then I'll just throw it all out in the yard. What? Oh, hold on. What if it started raining? There are machines inside the box that can't be wet. I don't know. It's not my problem. Well then, I'm going to throw it out from the second floor window now. Huh? Couldn't you at least carry it outside? What in the hell do you need to throw it out of the window for? There are expensive computers and other appliances inside the box. They're going to break if you do that. It's your fault for sending us this huge box of stuff without my permission, LOL. I need to go throw it out now, so bye! Ezio, it's terrible.
Mother, what's wrong?
Oh, our stuff that I sent to your brother's new house to be stored in is going to be thrown out by Andrea. She said she's actually going to be using the empty room from this afternoon, and so I need to take the stuff out immediately. I'm in Rome, as you already know, so could you go and stop her for me? She said that she was going to throw them out of the second floor window. Our computers are sure to be smashed to pieces if she does something like that.
What? Why? What do you mean she's gonna throw our stuff outside the window? Didn't Alessandro tell her that we'd be keeping the stuff there temporarily? What in the world is she thinking?
I don't know the details, but it seems that Andrea didn't know what the stuff was. She said she can't just leave it in the room, so she's going to put it in the yard.
Seriously, is that woman insane or what? I knew it when I said that it wasn't a good idea for Alessandro to marry a woman like that.
Could you go and check in on their house quickly? Hurry before she throws it out.
Alright, I'll try to get there as fast as possible. Mother, I was too late, I'm afraid.
What?
The clothes in the cardboard box were fine, but the work computer and other such electronics are all smashed to pieces.
I see.
All the data is backed up in the cloud, so that's not a problem, but this stuff cost a fortune. I can't work without a computer, so I guess I'll have to buy a new one.
But we're going to be needing the money soon. What a mess.
Anyways, could you please take care of the business with the real estate company like planned, Mom? I'll tell my brother about what happened and ask him to pay for the damages his wife caused.
Got it. Leave it to me.
Thanks. I guess I'm gonna have to clean up this mess in the yacht now.
We probably need to rent some sort of storage room temporarily.
I'll do that. We probably need to rent a truck as well.
All right. Thanks, Ezio.
Hey, Mom. I talked to Alessandro.
How did it go?
See, Alessandro's been on a business trip since yesterday, and he's currently in Sicily.
What? Really?
I asked him whether he could come home early, but apparently there aren't many flights, and the earliest he can come home is in 3 days. But he said that he told Andrea about our stuff, though. He said to leave the stuff in that room since the room was currently not being used, as they were planning to make it their child's room in the future.
I see.
Oh, I went up to their new house earlier, just to see what Andrea was up to, but...
Was there something strange?
Yeah, a man and a woman about your age went into the house carrying huge boxes.
A man and a woman my age?
I think those were Andrea's parents.
Huh?
I went to their house with Alessandro a few times to ask the parents' blessing for the marriage, so I know their faces. I'm pretty sure it's them.
Maybe they've come to visit?
It's fine if that's the case, but that amount of stuff is strange for just a visit. This is also right after she destroyed our stuff, so I feel like she's taking advantage of the fact that Alessandro isn't here currently. I smell trouble brewing.
Ezio came and took away all your stuff, mother-in-law. Yes, Ezio's stuff was also in there as well, so... What? Really? Ew! No way! Do you mean that I was a hair's breadth away from falling for your ploy to harass me? What do you mean you were a hair's breadth away from me harassing you? You sent me stuff without permission! And took up a bunch of space in our room. You were planning on forcefully moving in with us after that, weren't you? Huh? It's my parents who are going to be moving in with us at our new house. That's the first I've heard about that. Of course! It's the first time I've told you, LOL. Does Alejandro know about this? He's currently on a business trip to Sicily, so I'll tell him when he gets back. But aren't your parents the one who are forcefully moving in? It's not a problem since I gave them permission, LOL. But fine, I'll propose a compromise to you. A compromise? If you give me $30,000 to celebrate our new house being built, then I'll let you live with us, LOL. $30,000? If you don't like my conditions, then you're not moving in. You had to leave the company house that you were living in until now when you retired. And now live in a temporary apartment, right? I know you were probably watching us, looking to see when you can move in. But it seems like you're out of luck. since I, the person who needs to be the most cautious of you, have already noticed your schemes, LOL. It's up to you whether you're going to have a peaceful retirement or not, LOL. I mean, even if you pay me the money, I'll only be giving you the small room under the stairs, though.
I see. I never knew people could be this delusional.
Huh? What do you mean delusional? You're the one who's delusional, mother-in-law, for thinking I wouldn't notice what you were trying to do.
I don't care anymore, so I'm not going to explain it to you.
Oh, so it's fine if you don't move in with us? Are you sure about that, LOL? How are you going to support yourself if you have no job?
I have another son, Ezio, so it's fine. And I do, in fact, have a job, Andrea.
Huh? You did? Anyways, good for you getting along so well with your second son at that age, LOL. Alright, then will the two of you just disappear already?
All right. I'm going to be asking you for payment for the work computer and other stuff you broke soon.
Huh? What do you mean, work computer?
You'll find out when you see the invoice I send you. Goodbye.
Hey, what is the meaning of this, mother-in-law? What do you mean I need to pay you 30,000 euros?
Oh, so you got the invoice I sent you, Andrea?
I don't understand.
But it's written on the paper. What don't you understand? The 30,000 euros is payment for breaking the 2 high-spec computers and the appliances that they came with. And also for business obstruction, as we weren't able to do any work because of this.
What?
$30,000 is cheap for the damages you caused.
I didn't know this would happen.
But I thought Alejandro explained it to you before and after you broke our stuff by text.
He did tell me about it, but
He said that we were only going to keep the stuff there until I found a new place to live, right? And that Ezio owns a small-scale business. And that we were going to move the company's headquarters to Rome since I had retired. And that I was going to move to Rome as well to assist him.
there's no way I could have understood.
Huh? Alejandro showed me the text he sent you. To me, it looks like he explained it very carefully to you, though.
It was a bit confusing to me, I swear.
Alejandro says that you won't understand often when he explains it to you directly. So he purposefully explained it to you by text so you wouldn't be able to say that he never said anything. You're saying that you didn't understand even after that? Either you have no intention of understanding in the first place, or you're delusional and see things only as how you want to see them.
Even if you say that to me now,
why don't you read our conversation again? No, read it multiple times until you finally understand.
it's too late. It's not going to change anything anymore. Mother-in-law, something terrible has happened. Your son, Alejandro, just divorced me. My parents already sold our old house because we thought we would be living in the new house Alejandro bought. Now we have nowhere to go, and none of us have a job, so we won't be able to support ourselves from now on. Please, mother-in-law, could you tell Alejandro to get back together with me? I promise I won't do such a thing again, and I'll do as he says. I admit what I did was wrong, so help us.
Oh, hello, Andrea. I'm not your mother-in-law anymore, so don't call me that. You say that you're sorry and that you won't do such a thing again, but how are we supposed to believe you? They say people deserve second chances, but us helping you would no longer be your second chance, but your 100th. This was your biggest and most flashiest mess up so far, but this isn't the first time that you've just ignored what Alejandro told you and pretended not to understand him, right?
Please, I know what I did was wrong, and I really do promise to change. Just give me one last chance, and if I mess up again, I promise you'll never see from me or my parents ever again. Please help us!
Sorry, Andrea. Our family has already given you too many chances until now. Especially Alejandro. He believed that you were a good person at heart and only seemed mean and arrogant. Which is why he married you against both me and Ezio's wishes. So don't expect us to help you when even Alejandro has given up.
What? But please, just one more chance? You see, I'm also currently in Rome. I'll work at Ezio's company, so could you forget about the 30,000 euros, please?
What? Why are you in Rome? Couldn't you have just found a job in our hometown if you were willing to work after all? There are plenty of jobs that you don't need much skill to do. You could work as a cashier or something. Oh, you know how to bake bread, right, Andrea? Why not work at a bakery? And besides, I'm not the person you should be asking about this. Ask Ezio. He's the one in charge of hiring employees. I wouldn't get your hopes up, though. You don't know how to use computers, right?
Yeah, I don't know how to use computers, but you can just teach me.
The work Ezio's company does mostly has to do with graphic design. You're not going to be able to do any work if you can't use a computer. And teaching someone the necessary skills to do this job from scratch is very difficult. You wouldn't be paid much at the beginning, even if Ezio was kind enough to hire you.
Can you use a computer, Mother-in-law? Is it really that hard?
Using a computer itself isn't that hard. Even a child could do it. But I'm afraid that the skills required for a position at Ezio's company are quite advanced and aren't something that can just be taught to someone. And yes, I used to do something similar in my old job, so it isn't a problem. I've been doing this stuff for years, you see.
Then I could serve tea or make copies or something. I'll really do anything you want me to do. I'll do my best.
Sorry, but we can serve tea and make copies on our own. And besides, if you really mean what you're saying right now, then I don't understand why you don't just find a job at our hometown. With that enthusiasm, I'm sure there's someone that would be willing to hire you. Just don't be as arrogant to them as you used to be with me, though.
But at least ask Ezio first, then to reply to me. He's sure to say yes if he can just see that I really mean it when I say I'll try my best.
I already did. He sits at the desk next to me, and he said no. Sorry, but Ezio never did really like you, Andrea. We can't have our team of employees hating each other, you know. He said that he wouldn't hire you even if you did know how to use a computer.
Oh, that's so mean of him. And to think I was really going to change and be a better person if he had hired me. Not anymore, though.
I see. So you weren't sincere when you said all those things back there? Anyways, you need to pay us the 30,000 euros soon. No? Please be sure to pay it on time.
Yeah, but can't I do something else for you then? There has to be something you want me to do.
Yes, I want you to pay 30,000 euros on time. I'm currently doing work, so goodbye.
Wait, please, mother-in-law! I don't have any money. We don't even have a place to live anymore, since Alejandro kicked us out. Please, mother-in-law, I'm just an uneducated housewife. I won't be able to find another job so easily. My parents, too, are already too old to work. You're our only hope now.
It seems that Andrea and her parents sold their old house before moving into the new house Alejandro bought. Apparently, they're now living in a temporary apartment with the money they got from selling the house. But since their old house didn't sell for that much and Andrea had to pay me 30,000 euros, almost all of their savings evaporated. The only source of income they could rely on is the meager pension of her parents. Andrea didn't want to work even after getting divorced, since she was always just a housewife, which caused her and her parents to argue constantly because they wanted her to get a job as soon as possible. Eventually, Andrea got sick of it and cut ties with her parents. Andrea was kicked out of their temporary apartment, but she also didn't want to work, so, wanting to live an easy life, she tried to seduce a rich man who was already married. His wife found out about this and made Andrea pay a huge sum of euros as an alimony. Having no other choice, she was forced to get a job at a brothel. Me and Ezio, on the other hand, are enjoying our new lives in Rome. The city is so vibrant and full of energy, unlike the countryside. Everything feels like it's been sped up by 50%. Ezio's business expanded rapidly since moving to Rome, and the number of employees tripled in the first year since moving here. My eldest son, on the other hand, is now living the life of a bachelor back in our hometown. He says that he enjoys having so much time to spend as he likes, and has even picked up a new hobby: chess. I hope that the next woman he finds is someone who actually deserves my wonderful son Alejandro, and not someone ungrateful like Andrea.